Hey everyone, welcome back to the Night Shift Podcast. This is episode 2. I'm your host, Xeniverse. Tonight I'm joined by my co-hosts, Fuck. Fucking kill me.
Don't send Discord messages.
China Jesus, professional racist milkman. Also joining us this time are professional journalist and known Xeniverse ghostwriter, Coleman Shu. Our penultimate host is the British hooligan and knife crime enthusiast, Fishy. And then there's Lance.
Hang on, what?
Yeah, then there's Lance. Let's go.
You got the time, mate. I'll stab you. I love it.
I just gotta say, you got an upgrade, Lance. You know, you were a normal guy, and now you're just Lance.
Now I'm just Lance. See, this is where I make my name in the content creation space.
Is that an upgrade or a demotion? Because you're not like a man anymore. You're just...
He's just
Lance.
Lance.
He's always just been a guy. He's always just been a guy, sadly.
He's just Lance.
Sadly? What the fuck?
I don't know. I just imagine him as
Okay, thanks,
that
man.
profile picture.
Hey, I got you, bro. I got you.
He looks like a fucking Ubi.
What did you just say?
Your profile picture is like an Ubi.
He's talking about the fucking hand puppet motherfucker with the eyes.
Oh, that guy!
Yeah, you guys know what
It looks like a mouth with googly eyes protruding from nose.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Fishy. That's my actual mouth.
That's your actual mouth?
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get nightmares about this now.
Wait, you didn't know that was my mouth?
No, I had no idea it was your mouth. It was never a topic of conversation. Oh, by the way, Lance, is that your actual mouth?
Bro, I just figured it when he turned on his camera. It looked similar, so I was like, wow, that makes sense, I guess.
That's so fucking creepy.
This is chops, that.
Dude, hold on.
The mouth does match what I was thinking it would look like. Yes. I see.
Look at the subtleness of those lips. They match up very well.
Jesus Christ.
This man saying he has just no hose. He's just lusting over a Discord mouth.
Literally domestic argument 10 minutes before the podcast.
Oh my god. I feel like I'm having a heart attack right now.
Well,
because I have to edit all of this shit out, and if you guys fuck up in a racist remark, I really needed that mouth.
Hold on.
The original image is so much worse. It looks like you're really enjoying that. That's the problem. It's like when it's compressed and it looks like a meme face that's been compressed and contorted. It looks right. Now it just looks like you love shoving googly eyes up your fucking nostrils, you weirdo.
KJ, you gotta put this fucking image on the podcast.
I'm gonna put every image on the podcast. Yeah.
He's gonna have to contextualize this one, boy.
Or what? Fucking less than 5 minutes in, and I already feel confused as fuck.
Yeah, how are we gonna bring this to the actual topic of the podcast?
Speaking of mouths. We have Game of the Year contenders. Yay, Game Awards. Let's do this.
Hold on.
Speaking of mouths, we have the Game Awards.
Bram. So
yeah.
I really got to bring this up to you right now because I think it's important, right?
Now on the podcast.
Right now. No, listen, because you started off. I didn't know what you were gonna say, and it's just Milkman the racist. Like I don't have any other skills or qualities or traits. It's like the only thing is just being racist. Look. Okay. You gotta understand, it's a nuance, right? You gotta do it right.
Did you say it's a nuance?
You gotta be as casual as possible, guys. You don't understand.
As casual as possible.
It's not like I'm. They don't know that I'm black, right? And so if you just throw it out there, it's just like, they got this fucking racist.
If you have to start an argument with, they don't know if I'm black, you lost the argument, mate. You just
it's that meme of the guy in the corner. They don't know I'm black. I don't know where we're going with this.
So too, and we're already out of careers.
How did this become a professional racist? I'm really confused.
Dude, why did you actually go with that intro?
That's what he said last episode. Do you guys remember? He was like, I'm trying to be the most racist motherfucker on the planet.
He did say that.
Did he say that on or off the cast?
I said it on it, man. I said it. No,
so I
and the
figured
thing is-
I might as well, since he seems to be so invested in this feat, I might as
No,
well
but
make
yeah,
it his
Emmy right
tagline.
now.
you gotta understand. It's not my only quality. You know, I'm a special person. I have things I do. Like complain. I'm good at that. And,
You
and,
lick windows? I like to lick windows. They're very
I
tasty.
can't say I like licking windows. It's more. I imagine that's more of like an over the seas
I
thing
like
type
ruining
deal.
my microphones by sucking on them.
Oh,
You like
Can
sucking
we
dick
delete
too?
that?
My fault.
Can we delete that?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that
yeah,
like
the
This
editor.
is the strangest
is that like some kind
Alcoholics
of,
Anonymous meeting I've been to in a while. I just want to
Yeah,
put
like a
that
new
out
kind of
there.
ASMR.
Wait, in
You
a
suck
while,
on
it's
your
not the worst.
Oh no, it's not the worst. The worst is when you're actually surrounded by alcoholics, but it's certainly amongst the most charming. Let's put it that way.
Speaking of
Are there
alcoholics,
Are there currently alcoholics among us?
Oh Jesus
Among
Christ!
us.
Among Us?
What the fuck is wrong with us?
Someone just
yes, when someone just
Yeah, someone just
I
everyone
bet
cut
you-
out.
Someone did indeed
I'm sure that
just-
just picked up on my microphone. I don't think it picked up on Discord. Someone just slammed into a door and screamed. I don't. No one's injured, but oh my god, we need to re-listen to that. That's hilarious.
you Americans, you're so precious. God damn it! Don't change, Lance. Just
Oh
don't
my
change.
You want to know what happens when something goes wrong in the UK? We all go, "Wah!" You know, there's no sympathy here. There's no sympathy for when people hurt themselves.
Oh my.
Over here in Portugal, if something bad happens, we're just like, oh, another one. Okay. Well, moving
How
on.
do you think we are out here with school shootings? We're just used to it at this point.
Oh my god.
You wake up and go, oh man, another 30? Shit.
Well,
You just asked yourself why they didn't go for the nuke this time.
Fuck's sake.
Anyway, speaking of nukes, the Game Awards.
yeah.
Sorry, we're just saying speaking of something and
I thought
then
you were gonna say
mentioning the
gay.
unrelated topic that
I
we're
think,
supposed to be speaking about.
I think we should start with explaining what the Game Awards are to begin with. I think that's
They're awards for games.
Thank
I feel like
True.
that, I
Considering
feel like
I've
that's it.
actually been
That's all they
multiple
are,
times,
So the Game Awards is a yearly show that doesn't really count. It's more like a participation award, but a lot of people really take interest in the Game Awards. It's a show created specifically to celebrate almost every accomplishment that games produced this year, including the games themselves, soundtracks, animations, voice actresses, voice actors, esports coaches, content creators, and the list really does go on. Voting doesn't really mean that the game is gonna win. People just vote to kind of see who's gonna get the biggest votes by the audience and what the judges decide.
And then the judges decide something altogether different.
Yeah, it does seem to be
Sounds
the
like
case.
an average American election.
I will say,
Come on.
right, my favourite thing that I've ever seen at the Game Awards, right, is Jeff Keighley was on stage and he was going, right, we condemn this this misconduct and sexual abuse allegations that are going on within Activision Blizzard or whatever, without mentioning Activision Blizzard. And then they went in the same breath. Jeff Keighley went, and here's Giancarlo Esposito to talk about Far Cry 6. Had a moment.
Yeah, it all
I don't
it's
even wait on it.
it's mostly performance bullshit, you know.
So
It is.
But I love it. It's performance bullshit,
it's
but I
fun.
love it. I
It
really
can be
think it's
fun.
fun.
I like it when the Muppets show up for no fucking reason.
Yes.
The
They
most
do?
glorious moment of the
They
Game
did.
Awards.
They did.
When
one
Kermit the
time.
Frog starts talking about Fortnite.
Kermit the Frog.
We definitely have cringe moments there, but I think that's in all fucking game presentations. There's always one moment where you can cringe. It's the cringe
really
bathroom
oh,
break.
so
I
the
really
thing
like the
is-
part. I really like the part where the trailer guy goes world premiere.
See,
Yeah,
I-
and then
I-
then it's
So-
nothing interesting.
So 90% of the times.
Mm-hmm.
It is a completely different experience from watching the Game Awards to being there. I've been there multiple times.
The fuck? People
what do you
actually
mean?
go to the Game Awards?
Yes, I go.
Real
Actually,
people?
I
You've been to the
actually
Game Awards?
I actually get in for free.
I thought it was only like
Get in
actual
for
like
free.
celebrities.
How
or
does it
some
get in
bullshit.
for free? Do you ask? Do you go? Can you let me in, please? And they go, yeah, man. We need to fill the seats because nobody's
No.
going to that
So,
fucking
okay,
game.
so look.
That would be so
All right, so
true.
I have a family member who actually works and handles the actual talent. Like she's handled Hideo Kojima, Dr. Disrespect, and shit like that, right?
Oh no!
I met
You're gonna
Dr.
cancel that
Disrespect.
person just by association, Milkman.
Putting
What?
Hideo Kojima and Dr. Disrespect in the same sentence. My
No,
God.
So I have a little tale. Back in 2017,
Like a plague
was the
tale,
first time-
Requiem.
I like how those are the
One of
only
the-
two
one of
people
the-
you can
one of
think
the
off the top of your head.
nominations
I have a
for
little
best-
tail like a rat or a
Tail?
monkey. if
Wow,
you
okay,
will.
bro. Freaky.
But listen. So I went in 2017. This was December 2017, right? I had only barely heard of Dr. Disrespect. I personally don't pay attention nor care about Twitch culture or whatever. I don't give a fuck. And
Is
I
what
met
it
him.
is.
I met his wife. Now, this dude, at the time, I think I'm like 6'4". This dude is like 6'7" or something like that. I'm like, damn. I met his wife. His wife had, and when I say huge, I mean like ginormous, big as her head. titties.
Okay, all right, okay. Nice story,
Anyway.
Milkman. I really
No,
appreciate
but
it.
listen.
All right, so to
listen.
transition into the Game of the Year
No, but listen.
nominees, we have.
Boom, boom, boom.
So I this was before that bullshit happened and he cheated, or at least before the bullshit came out that he had cheated on his wife, right? And meeting her and how nice she was and seeing that dude on the fucking camp crying and shit, I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy. But I
Watch the story
kinda
end with
don't care.
Milkman fucking his wife.
No, if only, but no. But the type of people that show up at the Game Awards. I went the next year in 2018, and it was me and my uncle. We were sitting next to this dude who came late, and he just smelled like a straight fucking septic tank. Like I'm telling the most rancid sewage and ass you can think of. It was so bad. And he just slept through the whole thing. Like all the announcements, all the
Are you
noise.
sure
he was not a
He
fucking
was just
homeless
knocked
guy?
the fuck out the whole time, just stinking. He was like he was a planted bomb. It made no sense. And
My man rocked up for
Oh,
a
no.
nap.
Well, thank you for the story there and making me feel very uncomfortable, Milkman. I
why are you
appreciate
uncomfortable? I know,
Thanks
but
for
why
making
are
me
you?
feel very confused, but
I'm
it makes
very-
sense for the Game Awards, to be
I'm
fair.
confused on why you're uncomfortable.
Well, because talking bullshit, spouting bullshits to other content creators wasn't really my my
I'm not-
primary goal
Okay,
today.
hold on. Spouting bullshit is a bit of a leap. I was just saying what was happening. That's not my fault. That her genetics are not my problem. That's not on me.
No, but it is very confusing that that's the thing you latch onto.
Man.
So I take that as a good transition into the Game of the Year nominees.
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
So, Game of the Year nominees, we have a
We have
Plague
a-
Tale Requiem, Elden
Let
Ring.
Bram do it. Let Bram do it.
Yeah. Go ahead,
Who,
Ren.
me?
Yeah.
Yeah, our fucking host.
I
do it.
haven't played any of these games.
Okay.
Wait, really?
I've played
Who's
a
actually
couple.
played them?
I
Okay,
kind of...
One of them.
You
I've
guys play
played all but
games?
one, actually, so happy
Oh,
days.
wow.
Nice, my man.
He hasn't played Xenoblade, I imagine.
Yeah, that's the one I haven't
Same.
played.
Same.
Nice of you to clock it, as if it wasn't obvious.
Yeah, giving a fuck.
So, let me just go right off the bat and say that one of them doesn't deserve to be here, which is Stray.
Which one?
Whoa,
Hey, listen,
what the hell
leave
is
the
that?
game
Who's
alone.
fucking...
Right?
I-
Game is perfect.
I'll be right back. Oh my god.
Yeah, a game is perfect, but let's be real over here, okay? There's like 2.5-ish, 3 nominees that can maybe take the W here. One definitely less than the others, but still.
Why?
Right?
I have a question. Why is Stray here? Stray is literally
no,
just
That's
a
literally
cat
what I
game.
just said. It's
Leave,
cat
literally
game.
cat game.
cat
I
game the
place-
fuck
I-
alone.
It's
I
a
place
We'll
my
be
vote
throwing fists
here.
at
Let me tell you
aggressive
this-
speeds, my
Joe.
friends.
Let me tell
Right,
you this.
okay.
I placed
Let's-
my vote for Elden Ring or Xenoblade Chronicles because you actually have to press buttons to beat that game.
Ooh.
Wait,
Now,
wait. Now I'm confused. Which
I could
game?
watch.
Which game doesn't require you to use buttons to win?
Well,
Stray is very
let me-
very hard to fail. I've seen.
Yeah,
Like,
Stray
everything's
is
really
a lot of Stray's interactivity is based on contextual button presses. Like me walking around, I can't fucking jump into a cliff. The game won't let me. I can't kill myself. The game won't let me. It's very hard to fail Stray.
Yeah.
Horizon Forbidden West and God of War Ragnarok, they're action games, but they're very cinematic.
Yeah.
And
I'd
and
say
I
that's
think
more so the case for God of War Ragnarok than it is Horizon Forbidden West.
But I don't.
But-
I fail to see that as a negative, though. What's
I feel like
cinematic?
Look.
interactivity is something that a lot of games should have.
I feel like those games don't lack it. They just have it in a different way to what you prefer, which is fair enough. If you want, we can actually go through the games left to right in a more controlled fashion,
and
So-
not just jump around.
So let's start off with who here has played A Plague Tale Requiem bar me?
I did.
So I watched someone
Okay.
play it.
Right.
I haven't.
Okay. What do you think about Rat
No.
Game 2?
I think that
Rat Game 2.
Rat Game would be very fun if you could play it at more than a PowerPoint presentation.
I actually, the frame rate is what you're talking about, I presume, because it isn't exactly a.
It's
that
horrible,
is-
dude.
That's the cinematic one, to be fair. Like that's more so the cinematic one than God of War Ragnarok and Horizon Forbidden West. So Rat Game, I like Rat Game. Brilliant story in Rat Game, and Rat Game 2, brilliant story again. I like it, but I don't know if I'd give it Game of the Year.
Yeah, same.
Right.
It's
It's
at
a very odd choice
it's-
for Game of the Year.
It's at a specific level, but not as big as the other two. I feel like. I think we're all in agreement here, so definitely not in Plague Tale.
Okay, Elden Ring. Who here has a pain fetish?
I
do.
love
I don't.
BDS. I mean, I played Elden Ring. I played Elden Ring. Yeah.
I own
I
it.
did I played a bit of Elden Ring to get a feel for it. I've never been one into these sorts of like really, really hard games, but I always like to try them. I like to try them to see how far I get. It never winds up being especially far, but I push myself, and I do quite enjoy the challenge of it. From a safe distance of right, I'm going to try to get this far, and if I don't, it is what it is. I don't think I've ever finished a game that difficult. I'm not really one for them, but I appreciate what they do, and that is provide fucking pain.
I think a lot of people just forget that Elden Ring is not just about how hard it is. It's about the world.
Oh no, of course not.
There's also lore apparently. That's like crazy.
It's
Mike.
Stupidly big.
My problem is, and it's not a problem with the game, it's a problem with me, is I find it really hard to retain that information after I've been fucked up by the same goddamn horse riding 9 foot tall bastard with a big sword about 60 times. So after that, the information flies out my head.
Correct.
Besides that, fantastic game, like from what I played, it was fantastic, but I don't know if it would.
I'll speak a bit more because this is where my vote is going to go.
Oh yes.
So
yes, Jesus.
The thing with Elden Ring is that a lot of people seem to be kind of indulged in the idea that people like Elden Ring or Dark Souls games in general because they're this hard as fuck game and we all love getting spanked in the asshole multiple times in a row.
I have a friend who's literally like that. He loves the pain of it. I think he has a pain fetish. I think it turns him on.
Because
I reckon he plays these games, gets killed, and he goes, right, now I'm nutting aggressively and I'll never stop.
Alright, I lost mom, time for a spank.
That's what he's like. Yeah, exactly.
I think Elden Ring, more than any other Souls-like game, is a technical marvel in the sense that they took everything that worked in every Souls game and they expanded it beyond everyone's imagination. And there goes Lance.
His net went out.
Seen a bit, Lance, right?
I mean, it was known that his internet was was shitting the bed. So.
Yeah, I can join in, I believe. It's fine.
He can hop back in when he's ready. As long as he's not sat there going, hello? 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 I think he'll be all right.
But what most people, and I speak for myself here, I don't think everyone kind of thinks like me. What I truly love about Elden Ring is almost the sense of exploration, the fear of the unknown kind of mixed with the idea that you have this gigantic obstacle that you need to just plow through. And the technical marvel behind Elden Ring is that for me at least, it managed to take a washed out formula, thank you Ubisoft, which is open world, and somehow, some way make it interesting again, and makes me want to explore again, kind of like Breath of the Wild,
Well,
in the sense of the unknown, basically.
yeah, no, I see what you mean. Elden Ring, lovely time, lovely time. You absolutely love it, not just for its pain, but also for its refine. Fantastic. Now, do you want to move on, or is there anything else we shall say about Elden Ring? Anyone else want to play?
I want to say that the problem I loved Elden Ring. I haven't finished God of War, so I don't know if I have that as my game of the year yet. But with Elden Ring specifically, the problem for me, as much as I did absolutely love that game, is that by the time you got to the end, it just slogged. When you got to the last couple of bosses,
Yeah, it's
it
really
was
long.
like,
I've heard.
fuck, man. It's just like I'm kind of tired of this. Especially with kind of how the difficulty ramped up just kind of out of nowhere with some of the fights too.
Yeah, the ice mountain part, yeah. That was a big leap in difficulty. I do agree with you. I also don't think it's perfect here. I think you can criticize it, and it's fair to criticize it.
I feel like if you're expecting a game to be perfect, then your favorite game list would be, 0 games long.
Yeah.
Unless it's like full of indie games.
I love indie games.
That perfectly accomplish what they're doing. Okay, so the third game on this list is God of War Ragnarok. I have a few things to say about
let me cut you right there.
Spoilers, please.
Let
I
me
have
cut
not
you
played it yet.
right there.
Yeah, no
1
spoilers.
second. Have you
Super already
fucking
spoiled
opened
me.
your goddamn copy of God of War Ragnarok, Zani?
No, it's still in the wrapping.
God fucking damn
It's not going to be a
it.
spoilery thing to say, but I do have a few things to say. Right, I'm going to say controversially, it's probably not as good as the 2018 God of War.
Wow, really?
Firstly, I'd say that. I feel like, without spoiling anything, that game was just more focused. This one is a bit more all over the place, and it isn't always necessarily in the right direction, in my opinion. It's still a fantastic game, but everything that could have descended into an incoherent mess in the first game, if not handled as well as it was, in this game, it just does. The menu UI, for example, is just fucking confusing, and other things. I just don't, as far as the narrative is concerned, I don't necessarily believe retain the focus of the 2018 game, and it's just a little bit more of a rigmarole. It's still absolutely fantastic and worthy of its nomination, but I don't think it would be my game of the year based on the fact that it just is a little bit less focused, if that makes sense, and it suffers for it, but not to the point where it looks like a Ubisoft game, if that makes sense.
That's
it's still
actually very surprising, because I heard exactly the opposites in relation to what you said. Hey, your opinion is your opinion here. I'm not trying to contest it here.
I'd rather you
seen
try.
a lot of mixed opinions. I've seen a lot of mixed opinions on Twitter.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not play God of War Ragnarok because I'm waiting for the PC port. Refused to.
Is it one of the best games? Is it one of the best games of the year, in my opinion? Yeah, but it's also probably not the best. At first, it seemed that way, and I do love the game a lot. But no, I think there are a few things that do let God of War Ragnarok down, if only minor, but they have a significant effect.
I
if
agree.
That makes sense.
Like, I can say that with Ragnarok, I feel like the biggest problem that I'm having with the game is that the motherfuckers, your companions, talk way too fucking much for it to be valuable
gaming
in a fight.
Points.
It's fucking crazy.
Gaming you.
Yeah, I saw that clip of that one boss fight where, I don't know, someone was like screaming at you like, "Oh, dodge him! Get his attention!"
Your timing is off.
Yeah, it's like, Jesus Christ, lady! Let me play the game.
I certainly can see something like that happen, but I'm still very excited to play it. Honestly,
it's fantastic.
I'm also excited to play it.
It's a brilliant experience,
okay.
And that's not something I'm trying to argue against. All I'm trying to say is
right there, Zan, you can say that when you have a fucking sealed copy of God of War on your possession right now.
Okay, Ants?
All right. Okay.
You can't have this discussion while we have a fucking sealed copy. You can't tell me straight to my face, I can't wait to play it, when you have a copy of it right in front of you, probably.
I can't wait to play. I can buy it, but not get around to playing it for years.
I feel like
but what are y'all
if anything,
playing
you
on, is
can
my
wait
question.
to play it. But
I bought it on
you know,
PlayStation 5.
All
Day
right,
one.
You already jerked off to it.
but-
because you've got it and you're not playing it, so you can clearly wait to play it.
Zany, you could just send me your PS5, and then I can.
Same.
I
Okay.
I can send you my promo cube that I stole from my store.
Your promo cube?
Yeah, you know those big like cardboard cubes that they like use to promote new games? I got one of those.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I asked my boss like, "Hey, can I get this?" And he was like, "Yeah, we just throw it in the press compactor in like 2 weeks." So I was like, "All
in
right,
the
I'll
trash
take that."
compactor right next to the
So
Wookiee.
it's not stealing, though.
No, it's not stealing. I asked him. Jesus, I'm
So
not a
you've
criminal.
got you've got the big box thing. Is it a big thing
Yeah.
or is it a small thing?
It's a rather large, like it's the size of a computer, I'd say.
I'm imagining a cardboard cutout of Mahatma Gandhi now, and I'm not entirely sure why. But hey, we move. So as far as God of War Ragnarok is concerned, it's a lovely time. It has its issues. Worthy of its nomination. Will it take Game of the Year? Maybe, maybe not. If it did win it, I think it would be worthy, but I don't think it would get my vote, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I would put it towards Elden Ring personally.
Okay. What about Horizon Forbidden West? Does anyone...
Didn't play it.
Oh, I do love Horizon Forbidden West. I feel like it does struggle in a few areas of being an open world game. It does a fantastic job of continuing storytelling from Horizon Zero Dawn. It doesn't feel like an open world game without purpose, but at the same time, at some points it feels like an open world RPG that just is that. You know, it doesn't necessarily feel like everything has purpose. It just feels like the game does on the whole, but there are some things that certainly falter with this regard as well. I really enjoy Horizon Forbidden West. I will say that I love killing robot dinosaurs.
I need to go grab my chainmail because people are about to wipe their fucking pitchforks out. I don't like the Horizon series.
That's fair enough. I mean, it's I suppose fighting robot dinosaurs is an acquired taste.
Okay, so the first Horizon game, everyone was praising it. I absolutely hated my my time with it. Honestly, strip the idea of big dinosaur, big robot, and what do you have? A Ubisoft game, if much. Is the story bad? I like it, but the parts where you weren't fighting robots, aka some stealth sections, aka kind of the world exploration, which was janky to say the least, and most specifically the human battles you have, they all fucking sucked. And I feel like they didn't really address that with Horizon Forbidden West, but rather they cranked the graphics settings to the highest. And that's basically what I feel like Horizon Forbidden West is. I call it a good game, and it definitely has its fans, but I really don't like it.
No, I understand that. I can see what you mean as well, because obviously Ubisoft games, they've all gone open world, they've all gone RPG, and they're all the same. And so that formula is tried and tested to be mediocre, and a lot of games, by intent or not, they do get tarred with that brush because sometimes they don't push the boundaries enough to craft an identity. I feel like Horizon's identity has always resided within its storytelling, within its world building and its lore, and it does that fantastically. But sure, if you scrape away the robot dinosaurs, you scrape away the lore, you scrape away the narrative, and then when you're left with the core mechanics of how the game actually plays, I can understand why you'd think it would be pretty similar.
But it's not just that. So let me take you to a different approach here. You can compare very easily a Assassin's Creed game with a Breath of the Wild game. But why is it that a lot of people just don't like Assassin's Creed anymore, and they're sucking Breath of the Wild Creed?
Yeah, it's not Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, but
because it's a disconnect from identity. You know, like it's a complete disconnect from its own identity.
But even when we're talking, let's say Assassin's Creed 3 or even Black Flag, which is universally loved, people seem to suck off on Breath of the Wild's dick way more than they do Assassin's Creed nowadays. Why is that?
I feel like I feel like there's a soul element to it. There is no soul in Assassin's Creed anymore. It's literally a game that exists to push its digital storefront and microtransactions, even though it's a single-player game.
Really?
And obviously that then affects the in-game mechanics, because what they do is they'll tank how things work. So you get these time savers, these XP boosts, these little gear packs that are overpowered as fuck but look ridiculous. The disconnect from identity is one thing, but also the complete lack of respect for the consumer is another thing entirely. And the Assassin's Creed games scream it, where other games, even games similar in their RPG approach to modern Assassin's Creed titles, don't. Which is a lot of these games have at the very least got some respect for the consumer playing them. Ubisoft games don't. So Ubisoft will get a lot more shit than a lot of other games will, purely because it doesn't feel like it's crafted with care. It's crafted as a monetization technique. But outside of Ubisoft, you get games that have the appearance of something similar, but when there is something deeper to it that goes beyond just being a technique of monetization and getting as much out of the consumer as possible. They buy the game, they buy these editions, they buy these expansions, and sure, they have all that, then they throw on top the microtransactions and they exploit the actual system they've created to try to generate as much revenue as possible.
Where were you on episode 1? Holy shit, that's true, man. That's 100% true. But the comparison I was trying to bring here was on Breath of the Wild, when the game is telling me go to X place, you go in there and you feel like this. You have this feeling on the back of your head, being like, "Oh my god, I can't wait to get there!" You know, oh that place looks really cool. That place looks amazing, and it's not graphics; it's art style, right? I feel like with Horizon Horizon Forbidden West, it's graphics, not necessarily art style. The art style was all just bunched in the dinosaurs, and that's it.
I feel like Horizon Forbidden West has its graphics, and then you've got games like Breath of the Wild that have an art style. You want to know what modern Assassin's Creed games have, which is why they're viewed as lower regardless. Neither.
Money.
Neither. They have neither. It's not about them having money. It's about the game itself having neither.
But
a decent-looking game.
It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, they earn fucking V-Bucks. They earn so much fucking money, and it's always the same shit, because the consumers that play Assassin's Creed, they're hooked. It's like FIFA all over again. It doesn't matter if the product is unfinished, if the product is arguably shit, if it's literally a Control-C, Control-V job. You can literally give FIFA a 1 out of 10 across the board. You'd still have people buying the fuck out of that game. Millions buying the fuck out of the game.
Yeah, I suppose there's satisfaction in the rinse repeat as well. I think that's I think that's probably a fair point. Like there is something addictive about it, like to a lot of people. I don't think it can simply be brushed off as they're not aware of the issue, because that would then speak to it not being necessarily an issue. I think there is a huge chunk of people who aren't necessarily going into a game expecting anything. They just want to play something to shut the brain off. And for me, any game that can engage your brain, but also if that's what you're after, they can provide that too. That's something. And I feel like a lot of games just have that on Ubisoft titles. But I'm not entirely sure how we got onto discussing Ubisoft.
I don't know.
In the context of Horizon.
It's very easy to spitball.
They managed to make themselves into any podcast that we host.
Look, okay, so
literally,
so the core part of your point is, you know, you could scrape away enough layers of Horizon Forbidden West, and you would be left with something similar to a Ubisoft constructed game. And I think it does, at its essence, fall under a similar banister of that just works, you know. But I feel like what they layer on top of that, you know, if you're open to it, it does add to it. But whether or not that's for you after the fact is a different story. So maybe for you, it's not for you, and that's fair enough. It's a fair point, and you've got some great points as well. But I think for me, Horizon definitely does have its benefits. It just feels like a game with it feels like a game. I feel like that's the best way to put it. Whereas Ubisoft games feel like digital storefronts. So that makes me more receptive to the detail that's actually there, rather than just the rinse repeat of the mechanics and the and the experience besides, because sometimes it does get a bit that way. But I understand what you mean as well with like some games have like an inspired art style, and that's neat as well. But I suppose you got a point there. But I don't know if it's necessarily something that every game should strive for. Some strive for photorealism, others strive for a more artsy sort of look. What's superior? It's all down to preference. But no, I've got a lot of love for Horizon Forbidden West. I'm going to leave it at that before I convolute the point any further.
You guys want to say anything about Forbidden West?
I've
never played it.
I feel like it should stay like that. So, Stray.
Stray, cat game. Cat game of the year.
I'm
voting for it purely because it shouldn't really be there.
I will agree with Fishy on this one. I'm happy that what is theoretically a AA indie game made its way onto Game of the Year, but it is not as the game's only 3 hours long. I beat it in one sitting. I wasn't super happy with it. Like, it was enjoyable. I liked the world building. I liked the visual design. I liked a lot of the little funny shit that you could do with the character. But the thing that pissed me off the most is that it is not as interactive as I thought it was going to be.
The handhold.
It is a collection of several small puzzles that follow a strict narrative, and once you get to the end, it's over. I guess one of my biggest issues was when you get the black light for the little drone to destroy the little bugs or whatever. I thought that the game was actually picking up by then because I was actually doing something. You know, I was shooting the light, I was killing the bugs, and then the light breaks at the very end of the sequence, and then I never get it again, and I don't even see the fucking bugs again. And I'm like, well, what the fuck is this bullshit? And then it's just climb here, do this, turn this, jump here, and then the game's over.
I feel like the only reason why the game is here to begin with is because of how successful it was. Not really for its merits, but more for the amount of people that played it.
Yeah.
It's there because it's a gimmick, you know. It's just cat game. That is what it is.
I'd replace Stray if we wanted to go for the world of indie games for SIFU. I had an amazing.
I had a blast with SIFU. I'm sure we'll
I thought
see it
SIFU was.
categories.
I enjoyed SIFU for what little time I played with it. I never got too far in it because I'm fucking garbage at like brawlers and combo games. But you know, the core mechanics really solid.
Yeah, it was. I really felt like a badass even if I was shit at it, and I feel like SIFU earns a lot more respect in my eyes than Stray does, and no shade towards Stray. I think the team that made Stray is incredibly small, and what they accomplished here, not really technically but visually, is not only interesting, the world they built, but it really appealed to a lot of people's hearts. It really appealed to a lot of people in a sentimental level, which not a lot of these games presented here did. But do we really just care about putting games in here because they were relevant for a couple of weeks?
I don't think that's necessary. I think that's probably part of what constitutes a game of the year, but also that relevance. It can stem from anything.
Where's FIFA if that's the case?
I don't know if it's just me, but Stray feels like this year's version of It Takes Two.
I absolutely disagree with you there. I think It Takes Two was brilliant.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with Jesus on this one. It Takes Two is a fantastic fucking game, and it kept you engaged throughout the entire time, and nothing about it ever felt stale.
And it kept giving you fresh things that you've never seen before, gameplay styles that are rarely.
Yeah, cooperative gameplay style.
That is a good game.
Yeah, it's an amazing game. I think that one deserved it. But Stray, you strip all the hype that it got, you strip the fact you're playing as a cat, and what do you have? A linear game.
Nothing.
And by linear I mean a tube basically, because there's nothing you can do. You can't interact with the world, but that interaction is predisposed.
Side quests you can do in each quote unquote hub.
It's very limited.
but the game is extremely limited once you leave the designated explore areas.
I feel like Stray falls under the indie category of more like an art piece than a game. So
those suck.
I don't know how
I agree
I
with
don't
that.
know how it got here. The reason why I'd slap a vote for it is purely to be a tweak on the nose to the Game Awards in general, just as a laugh. But besides that, there's nothing really to boast about. Like, it's not a Game of the Year contender in reality. Watch it win Game of the Year though, purely because nobody gives a fuck.
I'm gonna have a fucking heart attack if that's the case, dude.
I would fucking laugh.
That's what I meant though when I said.
Xenoblade
That's what I meant when I said this is like this year's It Takes Two, because I didn't really expect It Takes Two to win last year, but it did.
Yep.
And I'm happy that it did, because
I'm also happy that it did.
The guy that made fucking It Takes Two deserved that W.
But it came so out of left field, I feel like, and if Stray wins, it's going to be even more out of left field.
But
I feel
this is
like
different because it came out of left field because not a lot of people really paid that much attention during the year. But sometimes that's what it makes games great. Sometimes, like, we find a game that out of nowhere just blows our mind, and we try it, and it actually deserved the W. I only played It Takes Two because it won Game of the Year, and I was like, oh my god, it won Game of the Year. I need to see why. And
I think I only added it to my library after as well.
I think some of the best games come out of nowhere. I don't think Stray did.
Yeah, Stray was very hyped up.
Stray felt like the reason that I found out about Stray was because I kept seeing promotions on Twitter from Annapurna about it.
Yeah,
it was the Twitter cat game. So I was like, oh, and it's $30? Sure, I'll pick it up. It looks like it's a fun romp, and then I play it, and it's literally like made for fucking game journalists.
You make a fair point there. That is a good point.
Maybe that's why it's there, though.
That is kind of what this is.
And that will be why it will win, and everyone will be upset. Besides from me, I'll chuckle. I'll laugh.
If you actually check who are the judges, you'll start seeing that the entire list of juries are games journalists and sponsorships, basically.
What I think it will highlight though is sometimes you get in games journalism and probably any form of journalism, you get that subcategory of pretentious people who try to make things more than they are. It's just a fucking cat game, but to them it's all of these things and more. Like it's cat game, but it's also like slaps.
No
looking at the jury. I mean, like looking at the jury. I mean, I trust some of.
Yeah,
I don't trust Polygon. I don't trust The Verge. I don't trust Vice.
Yeah, but no shade against The Guardian, because I think they're kind of a reputable newspaper. But who knows anything about video games on The Guardian? There's no video game section in the journal, as far as I'm aware. What do they have a gaming section now? Is that it?
The same fucking Screen Rant and VG. I think VG.
No, Screen Rant has a gaming section on their website.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm talking about the company that owns Screen Rant, fucking Valnet. I think they have I think VG Chronicle is owned by fucking Valnet. I used to work for those guys. I used to work for Game Rant.
I like how this is the easiest one to sort of brush off, and it's the one we've spoken about the most. Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Nope, don't give Nintendo shit. They make garbage products. I don't want to hear
it. Take the floor, Cole. Take the floor. Don't
I've
listen to this
played.
one.
I've never played a fucking Xenoblade Chronicle.
Damn. I thought it was you who said it's the game that requires buttons.
Oh no, I just said that because it's a fucking RPG.
No, but it doesn't require buttons because the combat is auto combat.
Right, okay, cat game.
I just assumed that it was a fucking turn-based RPG and you had to use your brain.
It's not.
Dude, I've never played a Xenoblade Chronicle.
I played Xenoblade Chronicles.
Expertise extends to like Metroid and Mario.
I really didn't get into Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
I
played Xenoblade Chronicles 2, not 3. But the combat, especially in the first, and that's what everyone says. Oh, bro, the first 20 hours of the game might be a bit boring, but trust me, bro, it gets better. My man, if it takes 20 hours of your fucking life
20 hours?
to get
Jesus.
a good game, there's an inherent problem with that fucking game. like it's like coming to Call of Duty and joining a multiplayer match, right? And you only start with your fists, and people say, "Don't worry, brah. In 20 hours, you'll get your first gun. You'll start having a real chance." Fuck off! I want my gun now.
Okay.
I agree.
We've got 31 topics to get through here.
Most of them are
then
going to be
let's-
kind of repeats, so don't really worry about that. And a lot of them we're not really going to be able to opinionate. Like, for example, best esports coach. Who the fuck knows?
Who the fuck cares?
I'm
I
voting
watch
for whoever is
esports.
Valorant.
I'm
I
an
don't care.
I'm an esporter.
Yeah, but do you know anything about their coaches?
Yeah.
That didn't sound sincere at all.
No, that was a pretty a flimsy. Yeah, that was like a. Oh no, are you going to put me on the spot later?
Where's
I've
my
got a
where's my metal
reputation to
sheet where I
protect.
can wiggle it around, make that funny noise? That's what Zany sounds like. Somebody shaking a metal sheet. Woo, woo, woo.
So we're not really going to talk about Xenoblade Chronicle 3. I don't think any of us can really opinionate
Yeah,
about it.
alright.
It's not our style game.
That-
Which one are you guys going to vote for?
I voted for Elden Ring because
Elden Ring, my vote.
Zani?
I'm not voting.
What?
I haven't
He
played
doesn't
any of
believe in
these.
democracy.
I haven't played any of these.
Okay, sure.
We're going
Elden
to have a
Ring's my
gaming
vote.
channel doesn't play video games.
All right, next
True. I
category.
don't play any of the games I talk about. That's
I
a
feel
fact.
like
Best
I
game
feel like
direction.
it's a badge of honor that
I don't
But
play games.
I don't play the game of the year contenders.
Yeah.
Fucking badge of honor.
I can't play
Best
fucking,
game
I can't
direction.
play Game of the Year contenders because finding a PlayStation 5 is hard.
Okay, man.
I
We
like
get some of them shipped into our store sometimes. If you reserve one for €500, I'll ship it to you.
I can't. I don't have $500.
Then it's
Damn,
not
but you
hard
need
to find. You're just broke.
Well, yeah, that too.
All right,
you
so
need like another $250 for shipping. By the way.
for best game direction, everything's the same, bar from a couple of games missing, and
Yeah.
so we've got for what we've got
Immortality.
carrying over is Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, and Stray, and then we've got Immortality that I've never played. Actually, I've never played
heard
that.
of
one.
Never
So
heard of this
This
game.
is why I
I'm
told
not-
you don't really worry about that big 31 number because most of them are kind of repeats. So we already talked about Elden Ring, God of War, Horizon, and Stray. Which can we just skip straight into Stray and say best game direction? What?
I mean,
so
I can see game direction
That's-
because it's awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation.
what
right?
innovation do you have in Stray that you don't have on other
I'm
games?
not
You play as
saying I'm
cats.
Cat game.
creative.
Cat game,
now,
cat game, it
creative-
gets my
for
vote.
Creative,
Cat
okay,
game, plus
here,
one.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. I'm
Don't
gonna
make
play
right.
devil's advocate here. It is very, very, very obvious that Stray is a game that is a passion project by Blue 12.
Yes.
Is the game good?
No.
Fuck no. No. Dude, it's like it's a fucking it's an episode of a TV show.
I like how we went from the game was really hyped up and like very cool, and now we're just like, is the game good? No.
It's not it's not good because it's
IGN
barely a
cycle.
fucking video game. It's barely a fucking video game. It's
Interactive
it's a-
side scroller.
It's
That's
an
my
it's
favorite
an
kind of video game.
It's
an
an,
My
interactive
vote.
it's an
platform.
interactive art piece. Now the journalists over at Polygon can suck its dick as much as they want to, but it's not a fucking video game.
Okay,
It
yeah.
sounds like Jordan.
but
Dude
I-
sounds
but I
like
do
Jordan
think-
Peterson fucking up yours woke moralist.
But this is why. But this is why I hold a grudge against
I mean,
this
that's-
because it says
you
creative
know.
vision and innovation. Yeah, sure, creative vision. They kind of achieve that. I think we can all agree here. It is an amazing world, but where's the innovation in that? Cyberpunk robot world.
I don't know. I feel like it's the arbitrary not an RPG on here. I feel like that's its presence.
I'd
guys
vote for
think
Elden Ring
should-
again. I think this is my vote here.
Yeah, I'd also vote for
I think Elden
this time.
Ring does a lot more for
Creative
direction,
vision.
innovation.
Yeah.
For just being a creative vision in general, and also a game. I feel like Elden Ring is probably the obvious contender
Alright.
here.
Mhm.
Well, then let's
That's
move
fair.
on to the next category.
Yeah.
Oh
Best
yes,
narrative. Now this
best narrative. Oh,
is
okay.
why I
say-
don't
I
think
can't
Elden Ring
say-
deserves to be here.
I can't say anything about this. I haven't played any of these fucking games. I don't even know what the fucking Immortality is.
Never even
I put
heard
my
about
I put my vote on Ragnarok on this one.
I think
I haven't played it.
Ragnarok.
No, but I know the narrative.
Like a
Well, don't tell
Playtale
me, because I haven't
Requiem.
played it yet. I'd like
Yeah, I know. I'm not
Off
going
the
to
back
spoil it,
of A
obviously.
Plague Tale Innocence, I was really invested in A Plague Tale Requiem's narrative.
Mm.
I can't necessarily say that, oh, you know what, as far as a narrative in an isolating experience goes, it's all that much. It could be, but obviously I'm invested going into that game. It's the same for God of War Ragnarok. I feel like A Plague Tale Requiem sticks to its guns a fair bit more, and still delivers a banging narrative. God of War Ragnarok, its story is one of the parts that just is bang on. It's a very emotional experience, and you wouldn't expect it to be. It's got more to it than God of War. A game like that would make you think, oh, it's going to be mental, but it's a very hard hitting sort of story, and it's very touching in a lot of ways, and I really like it. So I reckon that one's a good shout. And I also like Horizon Forbidden West's narrative, so it's a hard decision for me.
I will say straight off the bat that if you need a 6-hour essay on a story on a video game from a random YouTuber, you shouldn't really be having best narrative, and I'm obviously referring to Elden Ring. I think what's there and what you understand is magnificent. The world building is amazing, but the world building is amazing because it's not obvious of what's going on here. You need to connect the dots yourself, and if you talk to your friend about Elden Ring, your story bits are not gonna
You'll have
be the same.
different
Yeah,
interpretations.
exactly. So
I feel like world building and narrative should be like separate categories somehow.
yeah,
Like world building is a
Mm.
different beast.
yeah,
Like
I
True.
my
agree.
favorite narrative and my favorite world building in games are two separate things altogether.
I
Like
100% agree with you there.
my favorite world building in any game ever, for me, is probably like Mass Effect 1. Is it my favorite narrative? Is it? Fuck. But it's got the world building for me, and that's the thing that draws me to it.
My vote's going for God of War Ragnarok here. What about you guys?
I reckon as well, because it's just I've never had a
Ragnarok
game
as
make
well.
me feel quite as much as that, especially not lately.
Yeah. Everyone is in agreement here. Next one. See, we're piling on now. Best art direction. Now this.
What the fuck is Scorn?
What are the?
What
Oh,
is
Scorn.
Scorn?
No, okay,
You-
no.
What is
Listen. Let me get in here. Let me get in here real quick. I've been kind of quiet. So my thing is, I've been following Scorn since 2017, right?
Same,
Mhm.
my man. Same.
Me thinking, oh, this is an H.R. Geiger themed fucking macabre FPS. Yeah, I'm all about that shit. And then finding out it was a fucking puzzle game, I wanted to kill myself. Right? I was so upset because I didn't find this out until like the last fucking year. I'm like, dude, I've been following this shit for so damn long. But
Man,
I'm not gonna lie
expected
and
Doom
act like
got
it doesn't
missed
look good.
instead.
Yeah,
No,
I was
literally.
also expecting Doom from everything I've seen, but now it's like, well,
I think you
You got
guys need a pair of
fucking-
glasses. That's what I.
You guys got the fucking witness. Got fucking missed.
I
Dude,
think I think this is more of a category where I don't know here because the games I've played here, art direction isn't something that I've raved about
I'm
after
about.
the fact.
I'm about to make Milkman very mad because I'm voting for Scorn on this one.
yeah, I'd also go
I
with
would
Scorn,
have
honestly.
to.
No,
I
I
have
don't
to-
mind. I don't mind Scorn. I'm not saying Scorn's the problem here. I'm just the game just pissed me the fuck off. That's
From
it.
the very
The game looks great, but I feel like I was lied to because I thought it was one thing and it's actually
But-
something.
Yeah,
Exactly.
from the very beginning, Scorn was always built as almost this walking simulator with puzzles and a bit of shooting more than anything else, and it was very stated from the beginning. For example, when PewDiePie played it like a good 6-7 years ago, which is when I first saw the game. It was already looking more like a puzzle game than any shooter. He barely did any shooting in that specific gameplay. I remember it very well. And from the very beginning, I knew that if you're going to play Scorn, you're playing Scorn for the visuals. And I think the visuals in that game make almost every game in here look innocent in comparison.
I don't feel like art direction is something that I'd necessarily rave about, especially about like God of War Ragnarok or Horizon Forbidden West. I like how the games look, doesn't mean they have an art direction, if that makes sense. Stray, cat game again, it just is that, art direction, everything's red.
The more I press next page, the more I get pissed about it, though. Like, oh my god, Stray, you can tell, it's so easy to tell that this game is here because a lot of people played it.
Somebody's bought position here. That's what's going on. I could see Elden Ring having an art direction, like it definitely does.
Yeah.
But is it something that stands out above all?
Yes, absolutely. If it wasn't for Scorn coming out this year, I'd both Elden Ring without questioning it.
You see, you can see, from what I played of the games, it definitely has more art direction than the three candidates we're not considering here. But when it boils down to it, I think you can just see that plain as anything in what's shown here, that it's between Elden Ring and Scorn, because they're the ones the most.
I'd say God of War Ragnarok, for me at least, is very close to third place.
I wouldn't say close.
Has an incredible art style.
Yeah, but I suppose for me, it still feels like there's a lot of visual realism in there, and sometimes I like to see when it comes to art direction, I like to see how a game doesn't go that way.
Because the only reason why Elden Ring stands out here is because of the sheer amount of locations you have that are all incredibly varied. We're not talking like you have forest and then you have desert and then you have snow. No, you have Lovecraftian horror themed place, then you have nightmare cemetery scenario mixed with a forest, and even on a normal spin of what a forest would look like, it's still very fitting within this game because you see a lot of despair and a lot of visual touches that make it a very different forest. Like if I put you a random picture of a forest in Elden Ring, you'd say, this is from Elden Ring. And I think
it's got a more standout to it. And for me, that's why when games go a little bit more of a photorealistic route in how they look, if that makes sense, I struggle to see that as an art direction, and more just that's just the evolution of video game graphics on the whole, and not necessarily exclusive to the game. They may have their qualities, individual or separate, but you want something to stand out like Elden Ring does, or I can't speak for Scorn, but from what you've told me,
If you're a fan of Geiger, you're gonna absolutely love this. Like,
love Geiger.
It's one of the very best horror themes I've ever seen. It's amazing. Your votes, gentlemen.
Scorn.
I'm giving it to Scorn.
I'll go for the one I played and say Elden Ring.
Okay. Almost unanimous here too.
Because it's got character in its art style alone.
Finally, some sort of a list I agree with almost fully here, and no Stray too. Thank God. Best score and music. Yeah.
Okay. You say the fucking things. I have a lot to
A
say.
A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Metal Hellsinger, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
The winner is Metal Hellsinger, hands fucking down. I'm not. This shit is not for fucking debate.
That's the only OST.
So well.
I agree.
I feel like it should. I feel like this award should go to the game that was made for that.
Music.
Where music was the focus of gameplay anyway.
Agreed. 100%.
If it doesn't, that's an actual crime. Jeff Keighley, I'm coming for you.
I've never played Metal Hellsinger, but I have heard the things.
I mean, have you ever played like Bullets Per Minute? The fucking roguelike?
No, I've heard of it again, but no, never played it.
Bullets Per Minute pales in comparison to this, I think. Bullets Per Minute feels indie compared to this, and they're both indies.
I'm really bad at rhythm-based games, but from like the gameplay I've played, my gameplay is ass when I played like the demo a few months back, but I think I've listened to the music more than I have played the fucking game at this point, so, Metal Hellsinger has to be my vote.
Dude, I'm gonna be real. So I talked about this in my review for Metal Hellsinger, and it's the fact that they incorporated the musicians and gave them all their individual tracks to stand out in and really do their own thing, and they just all fucking excelled. It was just a beauty. And honestly, I said this in the video too, female vocalists just do it better. And I gotta be real, they did a fucking amazing job. I think everything when it came to being able to sync, to being able to really, match the combat to really keep yourself going in the same sense you would with Doom Eternal. It's a mastercraft.
I agree with you. I think it's on the same levels of Doom Eternal, and I consider not Doom Eternal. 2016. I consider Doom 2016 to be the pinnacle of what a OST for a video game should be. It's just incredible. And Mental Hellsinger, you can even argue that it surpassed that because it's literally the entire gameplay of it. Absolutely. I think it's unanimous here. I think we're all voting for Metal Hellsinger here.
I mean, I shall do.
You think?
If you insist.
I
Well,
suppose.
I've never played it, but I've heard it's good, and it's not something that stands necessarily out in the other games. The other games that are up there, they do have soundtrack, but they're going to pale in comparison to something that is based on its soundtrack.
But I think you shouldn't discount that for a
No, of course.
music. You also had that trumpet. I don't even remember. I think it's a trumpet
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not here,
Trumpet
and it's the
game.
entire point of the game.
Trumpet game, my favorite.
Oh, it's called fucking Trombone Champ.
Yeah.
It's not here. There's a reason for it. I think it builds in comparison to Metal Hellsinger.
Well, yeah,
Best
Dedoy.
audio design, my friend.
Also because it's a shitpost game, perhaps.
Well, it's obviously not COD because they're still fucking changing it.
Yeah, it's
Increased
shit.
footstep sounds by 75%.
I do like how audio is handled in God of War Ragnarok. Everything feels, it just sounds really fucking smooth and weighted where it needs to be. It's just a fucking lovely sort of immersive sound, but I don't really know much about audio besides that, so I can't really speak to it.
I will tell you that Modern Warfare 2's audio sucks. As much as they want to suck their own dick on this, it fucking sucks.
They bought that nomination. They were like, get us
Wait,
in.
MW2's up for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even see it. I see Xenoblade, Metal Hellsinger, Ragnarok, Elden Ring, and Plague Tale. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
because you're one behind.
Oh,
We're on 6 out of 31.
whoops.
Professional
Fucking
podcast, guys.
Modern Warfare 2. Why is that here?
Yeah, I don't know
No.
about that one.
No,
That game has a lot of fucking problems.
They wanted their only nomination to be here, I guess.
No, I think it might be in Best Action Game, maybe. I don't know. I agree with you. I don't think Elden Ring should be here too, because out of everything you can talk about Elden Ring and how magnificent it is, audio design really isn't one of them. And then Gran Turismo 7, if you vote for Gran Turismo 7, I am legally obliged to come into your house and suplex you, because that game deserves to die.
Why? I have two friends who really love that game.
Yeah, and you probably have two friends who are rich, because that's what the
No, they're not
criteria
rich.
they need to be able to acquire cars in Gran Turismo 7.
I feel like
But they fixed it.
I feel like for
No.
me it would be between God of War Ragnarok and Horizon Forbidden West, but Horizon Forbidden West sound can sometimes be a bit of a clusterfuck, whereas that's not a problem that I experience in God of War Ragnarok. if
I
that
would
makes
say
sense.
Gran Turismo 7 is probably going to win this, unfortunately. The big controversy, Milkman.
'Cause nothing beats the sound of a car that pops and bangs, I guess.
But the big controversy is that when the game came out during the first month, everything was priced
Was super expensive.
accordingly.
Yeah.
No. Quite the opposite. Was priced accordingly. You were earning a good amount of credits so that you could buy the cars and stuff like that. But 1 month later, the fuckers basically inserted a patch where everything was 2 or 3 times more expensive, and the amount of currency you would win per race got heavily downgraded, making it very much needing hundreds of hours to unlock one super expensive car instead of a good dozen hours like you would normally do in Gran Turismo. So yeah, the fuckers basically pulled the rug underneath everyone and started defending themselves like this is something that was always intended. Because we didn't see that you only did that after all the reviewers finished their fucking reviews, cunts. So I hate Gran Turismo. I just hate it. It's another FIFA for me.
So what I'm understanding is that this is
Gran
another
Turismo
Team
7
4
was never
problem.
getting my vote, so hey, I was gonna always.
I've only played COD, and I'm not gonna vote for COD.
Yeah, I've only played COD 2. And
What
I'm
did you
also
say, Milkman?
not.
Sorry.
I said this sounds like another problem just being broke.
Yes, absolutely, a skill issue.
Get your money up. Get your money up. Wallet problem. Wallet problem.
Performance. Oof.
You see, I'm not doing too bad in the money department. I would never buy COD. I just can't do it to myself. Fuck COD.
I buy the COD every year except for Vanguard because Vanguard was so ass that I decided to actually not buy Call of Duty.
Absolutely,
Yeah, same.
agreed.
Oh,
So
I bought Cold War.
best.
The zombies was in it, and that turned out to be ass.
Yeah, it was very mid.
I
Very,
bought
very
Cold
mid.
War for zombies, and I enjoyed the story, and I enjoyed the zombies. Multiplayer, hell fucking no.
I don't know. I just something felt lacking about zombies.
Yeah,
in
it could have
Cold
been
War.
better. Definitely could have
Punch.
been better,
I
but
still think
it was a
Black
very
Ops
good
3
way to grind.
I still think Black Ops 3 is my favorite zombies,
Yep.
though.
Black Ops
Especially with all the
Undeniably.
custom.
Undeniably.
For me, it's-
Between 2 and 3, there's no other debate than that.
Yeah, but I think the first Black Ops still holds quite well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I'm
no,
not gonna
Black
say it
Ops 1
doesn't.
does hold quite well. Moon is my favorite map.
My favorite.
I've never heard that before.
My favorite map was Shinonuma.
But
Oh, yeah,
why
you're-
play
you're
Black Ops
mentally ill.
1 when you can play the Black Ops 3 remakes? Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Physics changes don't go well.
I only play the Zombies Chronicles remaster.
Same.
Because I don't want to buy Black Ops.
and in the next category,
Yeah,
we
best
have best
performance.
performance.
Yeah.
Why does Christopher Judge look like he's gonna sneeze in this picture?
He looks constipated, man.
Yeah, not the
Don't talk
best
about
picture
Christopher
for
Judge like
sure.
that.
I do
No, he-
like Christopher Judge.
Me too, but not this picture.
I do like his performance, is what I'm trying to say in God of War Ragnarok. I think his performance is bang on. God of War Ragnarok has 2 nominations here.
Because they're both
Kratos
amazing.
and Atreus.
Yeah.
They're both really amazing. God of War in specific, from a few of the cutscenes I've seen, I think Christopher Judge improved almost twice as much, and I think he was doing a banger of a job already. But here, the type of emotion I'm hearing from Kratos is just something out of this world, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's subtle, but you can read it, and that's something that I really appreciate about that performance. Is because it's because Kratos is when it comes to the emotional side, it has to be subtle, and I think Christopher Judge does a good job of conveying that.
Yeah, but however, Charlotte McBurney over here from Plague Tale Requiem, absolutely banger of a performance too here. I don't think we should sleep on her too.
No, of course not.
What am I kidding? Christopher Judge, sorry.
I don't sleep with women. Christopher Judge.
Yeah.
To be fair, I do quite like Ashley Birch's Aloy thing, but it's Christopher Judge. Like,
Okay.
That's
Okay. Here's a fun Christopher Judge fact for you guys. A month before God of War Ragnarok came out, he started going onto Twitter literally every day, once a day, to post a video telling dad jokes.
Yeah, no, I've seen.
And I laughed at some of them. And then I realized I was 27 years old. And I kind of
Boomer.
got depressed about it.
It's alright.
Games for Impact. I bet none of you played any of these games.
Oh my god.
Not
is
one.
this? I saw
Memoir Blue as Dusk Falls, Citizen Sleeper, Endling, Extinction is Forever, Hindsight. I was a teenage exocolonist.
I definitely looked into As Dusk Falls, and it looked pretty cool because I really like those games where they've mocapped real actors, their faces, like the Dark Pictures games, the Quarry, stuff like that. Those type of games, like Until Dawn and shit like that. I think they're pretty fucking cool, but I have not played this game either.
Did you know this
Should we
this has an
Shall we
8-player
just
co-op?
shall we just
we
vote
just
on
skip this
something
one?
random and get to something we can speak about?
I actually played 2 of these games. I played as
All
Dusk
right.
Falls, and I was a teenage exocolonist. What? My vote is for As Dusk Falls because it's the only one that I played.
thought you said you played 2.
Yeah. I misspoke.
He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to talk about the other one.
Yeah.
Is the message in both of the games that you played the exact same?
No. It's more. Okay, so I also played. I was a teenage exocolonist. That's the other one I played, and this
What was
one
that one
is
about?
more about discovery over your own sexuality. And I was
And
kind of
is
trying to.
is As Dusk Falls about sexuality as well?
No, that's more like a crime shit, right?
It's
They
it's
commit
more
like a
about
robbery?
it's more about
criminal sexuality.
It's more about
So the entire story of
As
Dusk Falls.
the criminal gets his cock out and starts beating it aggressively to the
Yes.
rhythm of heavy metal.
At some points, might as well. It's about a story about being in the wrong time. At the
Wrong place, wrong time.
at the right time. If that makes any sense. For certain characters, and the wrong place at the wrong time for others, and kind of this companionship and what it means to be family, and basically it revolves around a people's mental health, what leads this person to do these heinous stuff that people do, and it's actually a very compelling story, and it has an 8-player co-op that I never tried, but I really want to know how the fuck they pulled that off, since it's a choice-based game.
huh. That
He
alright,
played
so As Dusk Falls actually sounds like a pretty interesting game. I just thought all of these except for Endling was about like being gay or something.
Fuck's sake.
Endling is about family, but in the animal kingdom, and that we're fucking the planet.
Family.
Basically. Family.
Vin Diesel, my favorite.
We should bring Vin Diesel should come out and talk about family.
Yo, Vin
On the
Diesel, if you want
podcast?
to go to the come
no,
to the
no,
podcast.
no, for the Game Awards.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
100% he'll do it. Best
Alright, well,
Give
ongoing
him enough
game.
money.
Best ongoing game.
We like
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
I swear, if Destiny is on, oh my god, no Destiny,
All
no
right,
fucking Final Fantasy. I'm putting it at where Fortnite.
Listen,
Yep, I play
yep.
Fortnite.
Oh my fucking
I play
god.
Fortnite. I like Fortnite. I bought Ash Williams for Fortnitemares.
So this is best ongoing, and
Okay, so should we vote this thinking in a logistic way?
No,
Or-
Fortnite.
No,
because
I am
if we
voting.
did,
I am
it's
voting
Genshin
with my
Impact.
heart. I'm voting
Yeah,
with my heart.
Fortnite.
Fuck
Fortnite.
Genshin.
As much as I like the dog on Epic Games, they've pulled off something very incredible with getting all of these brands
as these are
into this
ongoing
one
games,
game.
I don't play any of them. All right.
My vote goes for Final Fantasy 14.
Wow.
You're out of your mind. You're out of your fucking
Wow,
mind.
go-
What are you?
Why
a
am
weeb?
I out of my fucking mind?
Are you
Please-
a fucking weeb?
because Fortnite is right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we talking about the fact that Blizzard fucked up and everyone went to Final Fantasy XIV Online as a result, and everyone fell in love with Final Fantasy XIV Online because of its community, because of the love the director shows to the game? Or are we just ignoring that and focusing on Rick being on Fortnite now and Dragon
Give a shit
Ball?
about
Fortnite.
fucking Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty sucks.
Let's
Fortnite's been
garbage.
running for how long? And
If
I'm
you guys
and
cast-
I'm still fucking addicted to it.
if
I'm not
if
gonna
you
sit down and
fellas
play a fucking
cast
MMO.
your votes,
Hey, I'm gonna
the
be
next
honest.
topic may be a bit more interesting to you.
Build mode is dog shit, but once they added no build, I honestly really started enjoying the game. Like it
No
actually
build.
has really, it actually really has decent mechanics.
I agree with all of you that Fortnite probably is gonna win, but as a personal choice, I'd say Final Fantasy XIV, and I don't even play Final Fantasy XIV. But the reality
I'm a
is,
loser.
I think there was a lesson to be learned on Final Fantasy XIV, and Fortnite always got the big shining spotlight on it, and that's why I'm voting Final Fantasy XIV.
All right, next category.
Best indie.
Best indie. Cult of the
Look,
Lamb,
ooh,
Neon White,
he's
Sifu,
back.
Stray, or Tunic. Where is New Blood?
I'm
I like-
torn. All right,
Where
I'll
is
say
New
this.
Blood, dude?
I
Give
like
it to
the Sifu's
Dusk.
one,
I don't care that it came out 2 years ago.
All right, here's my thought. I'm torn between Sifu and Tunic.
It's Sifu for me.
I think for me it would be Sifu as well. I never fucking played Tunic, and Cat Game can fuck off now. I've had enough of it.
Yeah.
The other games I haven't played, so there's only one option for me, and that's Sifu. I like playing Sifu.
I absolutely love Sifu, but I think my vote is going to go to Tunic. I've never been excited to play a game like I am excited to play Tunic, and the reason why I haven't played Tunic is because I need to be in the right mindset to play it. Because this game is all about you being just thrown into a world. You don't get tutorials. You don't even understand the language of the game, and I think that what they pulled off with this game is just out of this world. And I'm comparing it to the first Zelda.
It's a Fox Knight. It reminds me of Kingsley's Adventure for the PS1.
It's definitely within the same realm as The Legend of Zelda, but except on Legend of Zelda, you're a person from that world and you understand everything, and in Tunic you don't. Like the instructions are set in a language you don't understand. The combat they don't teach you the combat because even the tutorial is in another completely different language that you don't understand, and you have to figure everything out by yourself. But at the same time, even though there's no holding hands, you as an experienced gamer will eventually figure out everything on your own, and that feeling of discovery is just amazing. It's just absolutely amazing, and that's just in the 30 minutes I played from this game, and I stopped because I was like, I'm not in the mental position to do this shit right now, because this game deserves way more of my attention than what I am giving right now.
Oh, fair enough.
But I think Sifu is the one that's going to win, because Sifu was a game crafted with so much love, so much attention to detail, and so many years of sweat, blood, and tears that you can physically see from this game. I think it's an amazing work of art and an amazing brawler.
And game journalists still complain that it was developed by white people.
When are they putting it on Steam?
Wait, really?
Yeah, did you guys not see that article? They were like, they were like, a disappointing amount of Asian people worked on Sifu, guys. This should not be praised.
amount.
It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
That could go the completely other way around. That just sounds like they're mad that the game was made by only Asian people in a world where that happened.
Oh,
Like
yeah, they probably would be something like that.
It's like a double jointed fucking title there. You can read it both ways. Anyways, moving on to best mobile game. Fucking Apex Legends has a mobile port.
Yep.
Where the fuck is Real Racing 3? That's my question.
I don't play
dude.
mobile games, so I can't really weigh in.
Dude, they're bringing Jelly Car back. You remember that shit?
I have no idea what the fuck that is.
You don't know about Jelly Car?
I don't.
Damn.
Wow, this became weird.
I'm a very limited gamer.
I think we should start by saying Diablo Immortal shouldn't be here. Fuck Diablo Immortal.
Nope.
Like,
I mean, it's definitely a game, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely a
It's also like
a sweatshop.
It's also a casino in disguise, but you know, it's definitely a game.
See, it's not game of the year. It was a game of the year.
Yeah,
it was a game released in this year. I'd have to give it to Apex Legends Mobile. Fuck it, why not?
I'm a mobile player sometimes. Every time I go to bed, I spend at least like a good 30 minutes. My vote goes to Marvel Snap.
Why they put the vice president on the cover of Marvel Snap?
I've never played any of these. Like, you know, like these aren't games.
I actually, if you're into some sort of card games, in any capacity, I would really recommend Marvel Snap.
Right, okay, Marvel Snap will get my vote just because I can. I don't know any of these.
Look, you really should give Marvel Snap a try. It has a Steam port, but it's basically
I'll lock it in.
Mobile
it has a
port.
Steam port.
Place my vote for Marvel Snap, and then I'll remember it.
It's really creative with the way it's portraying cards. It's not just a card has an attack and a card has a defense.
I like Gwent from The Witcher 3.
And I think you'll
Cards.
like Marvel Snap because it really puts a very original spin on a very tired formula of everyone trying to copy everyone. Basically, if you play the Dragon Ball card game, you played 90% of the card games that exists, and Marvel Snap takes that idea and just spins it completely. Moving on though, community supports. Final Fantasy
No
14.
Man's Sky, baby.
No Man's Sky still exists.
Yeah, and it's
forget that
actually
one.
got a resurgence, yo.
Still updating it.
Yeah, it's pretty
Oh,
good.
power
Like,
to
they-
him.
It's
Power
like
to him
they've
for that.
already did all
I-
the shit that they said they were going to do.
So are you gonna
originally.
vote for Destiny 2, Milkman?
Yeah, you can suck my dick. I'm voting for Fortnite again.
Fortnite.
For fuck's sake,
Destiny,
innovation.
I gotta like. My thing about Destiny 2 is this: Bungie always says, "Oh, we're listening, we're listening, we're listening." It has been years, and I mean literally fucking years, since the PvP scene in that game has gotten some real fucking attention. Right? I was mainly a PvP player in Destiny just because it's the only thing to do unless you want to grind out the same bullshit every damn day. And they just put out an update regarding PvP this last Tuesday or Thursday. I don't remember their update days. And I still feel like they didn't address more than half the fucking problems that game has. And this is a continuous, ongoing thing where they put out a season. Season's good for the first 2-3 weeks, and then you're just fucking bored. And it doesn't change. And I'm tired of it.
I definitely see where you're coming from. I was kind of miming here, buddy. I didn't.
I know
think you were
you're
gonna go.
memeing, but I'm just I have some genuine frustrations when it comes to that game. I've put so much of my life in that game, and it has continuously let me down.
I think we can just move on. It's kind of a rehash of best ongoing game here, in my opinion. So innovation in accessibility. Can anyone opinionate on this?
No,
No, not really.
I'd say Last was Part 1. Fuck it.
Last
Naughty
of Us
Dog is
Part One,
gen-
that has some good stuff.
Yeah, Naughty Dog is generally pretty good in making their games more accessible and fucking like just making like 17 different color filters for every type of blind person on the planet.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. They do
You
a
know what?
pretty good job on there, and I think
Accessibility, The Last of Us Part 1. Just to
Ooh,
vote. I
next-
mean, I can't
next
speak to
category is
that
all me.
category.
best VR. Go ahead, you guys
Oh,
discuss about
Take it away,
Let
Cole.
me get the
Among Us
flips in here.
VR.
I
please.
I know Milkman and I argued about this earlier, but my vote
Yeah.
goes for fucking Bonelab.
I gotta disagree because if we're talking straight pure fundamental game, not mod inclusion, I can't give it to fucking Bonelab, man. I just can't. For $40 for what you get, I don't.
Well,
think so.
yeah, no. But we're talking about the principle and the bar.
I see
that
Among Us,
Bonelab
I
sets
click.
for Other fucking,
I vote whatever
We're talking-
Cole or.
we're talking.
or
We gotta talk
Milkman
about
votes.
we gotta talk about the fucking Oh my god, what is the goddamn word? It's not fucking sentiment. It's the not fucking principle. It sets precedent. The precedent that Bonelab sets for VR games in the future. How just directly interactive everything is with Bonelab. It sets the precedent that will encourage other developers to make better fucking games that aren't just me in a room being able to pick up a fucking cup. I want to
See.
be able to climb and swing around and fucking shoot grappling hooks and stuff. Like I want to be interactive. I want to be able to really do some fucking insano bullshit. And Bonelab's the only game that really allows me to do that. I think that's why I think just that in general, on top of how much extra content's going to be added over time, and maybe Stress Level 0 will add some more shit on their own too. I think that puts Bonelab at the forefront because like Moss Book 2 is a platformer, Red Matter 2 is a puzzle game with some light shooting. Among Us VR is fucking Among Us, and after the
Exactly.
fall
That's
is
why I
Left 4
voted
Dead.
Among Us.
You want to know
No,
what?
I've never. I don't play VR, but I've seen like the trailer where it's just sort of like Among Us,
These-
except you're just getting charged at by an angry little, basically a blob of color with a visor, and that to me.
I mean, I could just play, but I could play fucking Among Us VR for free in VR chat.
Oh,
Just
I don't
true.
gotta pay. I don't
Okay.
gotta pay $10
Okay,
for
my
fucking-
I like
actual
Among Us
votes.
VR because it's Among Us VR, but without the risk of anime girls.
Here's how I know.
So-
Here's how I know that they don't really do that much of a research here, because my real vote wouldn't go for any of these. My real vote
What's your vote then?
would go for Half-Life 2 VR, a free mod
Yeah.
that's been
Oh yeah,
supported.
that is
that's
that
been-
is pretty banger.
It's been developed for months and months and months completely for free, and I would say in its current state, it's surpassing Half-Life Alyx in the sense that I feel more immersed on Half-Life 2 VR, and I don't even
okay, but
own
here's the
VR.
thing: we got to think about it like this: is this an official game release, or is
Just a
Valve?
mod.
Why
Yeah,
does
exactly.
that
So
matter
they're
even
not-
to begin
No,
with?
but I know it doesn't matter to you guys, but it matters to these people who are
No,
company guys.
it shouldn't though. It doesn't
It
say
shouldn't.
best.
It really.
best
I'm not saying
VR
it should
officially-
matter to them, but it does. Sadly,
I think
For
we're
the
in
best
agreement
game
Among Us.
so
experience-
a mod is never going to be like recognized as an actual release, which is very much a shame.
Okay.
But here's my thing: what you were saying about the precedent that Bonelab sets. Bonelab sets a precedent that you can pay some. You can sell someone a product that has about less than half of the content you sold before, but for double the fucking price. And the issue with Bonelab is that there was some pretty big things you can identify about Boneworks that were a problem. Number one for me was the way that the narrative was portrayed. You had to invest yourself in the previous iterations of games from Stress Level 0 to understand the complete and total story of Bonelab. Bonelab didn't tell you shit. I read every note I could find, and I was understanding it at first until I didn't. And it just didn't really make any more sense. And also the issue is that you say that there's nothing else that really gives you the interactability. I think the interactivity is way more in Half-Life Alyx than in Bonelab. It feels more organic too. I understand the physics engine that's used in Bonelab and Boneworks, the Marrow engine,
No,
but it doesn't
see what you're
feel
saying.
amazing to me.
I see what you're saying, but I'm saying like movement wise, like I cannot move. My movement is restricted to sliding around on the floor and then pulling the stick back in Half-Life Alyx to jump. I want to be able to do that shit on my own. I want to be able to fucking hang from ledges and pull myself up out of cover. I don't
But-
want to have to.
But why?
I don't want to
though?
have to just because I like that shit.
Okay,
Yeah, it's-
okay,
no, I
but
agree.
That's a personal
Point of
preference,
VR
but-
to be like really immersed.
Yes,
Yeah,
I like.
You can't
fucking
half-ass it
screwing
then.
around with
Yeah.
the monkey bars and stuff. And I think Half-Life Alyx is a walk through yourself shooting gallery. I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's a fucking great game.
You know what game I think is really underrated
But-
in the VR scene? Walking Dead Saints and Sinners.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
that
I
game,
think it's
that
not-
game
I
is
think
so
it's
fucking cool.
overrated.
I want to buy a
That game's
VR
a
just
fucking-
for it.
I
That
think
game's
it's
a fucking
overrated.
beggar, and Retribution's coming out soon.
And they put a lot of care in that game, and I think it works out so like amazingly well. I think that game is extremely
we
underrated.
can give the next podcast just to talk about VR if you guys want. But let's go to the next category. I'll put Bonelab just because I don't know the other.
Best
ones.
action game: Bayonetta 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Neon White, SIFU, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge.
Well, it
And
has
I'm
to be
voting
that
for
one.
that one. No joke.
I'm, vo-
Fucking
I'd
Shredder's
vote-
Revenge is like a
I'm
classic.
voting for
arcade beat 'em up.
Teenage Mutant
I'm
Ninja
gonna
Turtles.
vote
is
for
revenge purely because
SIFU.
I
Honestly,
didn't
fuck it.
expect Sifu is probably the one I will vote for in seriousness because it's the one that I've played, and that's kind of my pool of understanding as far as action goes. It's a very satisfying little brawler.
I think
I
I'll
like
go
it.
for it too. Yeah, I'll go for it too. I changed my mind. But Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you guys are kind of memeing about that, but it's legitimately
Yeah, it's like a
really,
side
really
scroller.
good. It's really
It
good.
sounds like a fun time.
It's fucking Streets of Rage, dude.
And you're saying that like it's something bad?
No, I'm not saying that like it's bad. I'm saying that like it's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Streets of Rage is a banger.
Yeah, we should all get together and play that shit. And I'm not even memeing here. It's on Game
Can you
Pass. We
play
should do it.
online like that?
Yeah. It's up to
Oh,
8
dude, I'll-
people, I
I'll play
believe.
fucking. I'll play fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Even if it's not online, you can use like Parsec or some bullshit. Me and Fishy have
Ew,
struggled
gross.
many hours trying to get Lego co-op games to work.
The
Best action
funniest part is
adventure.
we haven't struggled anywhere near as many hours as you're making it out to be. Parsec
I
is
know,
incredibly
I know.
useful.
I made a bit.
I feel like the lag on that would be infuriating.
Oh no,
It
it's
was
actually
okay.
not terrible. It
It
just
wasn't bad.
disconnects you every
Oh,
5
really?
minutes.
Exactly. That's what I was meaning. Just disconnects us.
And keep in mind, me, Bram, and Fish were all Europeans. If you guys wanted to play through that system, it would be even worse.
Imagine being from Europe. Grow up.
I'm actually gonna play Teenage.
Imagine having
Mutant,
healthcare. Lol.
I
I'm
think you're
actually
gonna,
really stumbling now. Oh god.
dude. You're gonna have a banger of a time. I'll play it with you if you want. Best action
Maybe.
adventure. Unanimous here. I'd say we are all voting Stray, right? We're not tired at
Yeah,
all.
exactly.
Right?
Action
the best action
adventure. I'm
adventure
sorry.
fucking
Action in Stray. What the fuck is he smoking?
I remember the time in Stray where the cat went on an action and adventure.
dude,
Yes,
that-
like the
that-
part where he
that
got
first-
an AK-47
Yeah.
and sat in the back of a jeep.
Oh, that was amazing. The
and went on a
explosions in
journey.
that.
And he went into the lands searching for skinwalkers and went where? That's what he did.
What?
I love
Yes.
that part where Stray becomes a Call of Duty Zombies knockoff. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Is that the Stray from Stray?
How
Stray
do the guys that
from
made
Stray.
this list thought, you know where Stray should really get involved?
Yeah,
Best
Pokemon-
action game.
What
Yeah,
the
I know. Action. The only thing I'm doing is pressing the action button.
Yeah,
That's what it means.
God of War for me. I think it's almost unanimous here, unless Tunic is involved or Requiem here.
I mean, I haven't played any of these. I've only played Stray.
Wow, God of War and Ragnarok it is then. Role playing, Pokemon,
Elden Ring, Live Alive,
Arceus.
Pokemon Legends Arceus, Triangle
No.
Strategy, and Xenoblade again.
Elden Ring is my vote.
Yeah, I go with Elden Ring. Fuck
Pokemon
it.
Arceus is here because it sold well. Changed my mind.
The
Elden
last
Ring.
Pokemon game looks really fucking bad. Have you guys seen that shit? Sun
Yeah.
and Moon?
Yeah,
My
that's good shit.
god. PS2 game.
Not Sun and Moon. It's Scarlet and Violet.
Oh, true. I'm behind on the times.
You mean poop and shit? Because that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. I 100% agree. We're all on the same boat here.
Pokemon shit version.
Best fighting
More.
game. Now, here's where we're probably going to get split here. I want to hear you guys' opinion here.
I've only
Are we?
played Multiverses. I have not played SIFU yet because I don't want to buy it on Epic.
I'm giving it.
I like how it's
hold on.
Shaggy
We're in a
versus
new
Batman
category.
with a
Best
samurai.
fighting.
I'm gonna give this
Yeah,
to
that's where we are.
JoJo's because I love JoJo's.
Most of the
What's
your
most
favorite
of the
part, Milkman?
information I know about these games are the stuff that Cole wrote for them for this month in gaming. I think that's all.
What's your favorite JoJo part, Milkman?
Probably 7, just because one, I love cowboys and shit. Cowboys are just fucking cool, and then also my favorite stand in it, is in it, which is D4C, because D4C is fucking dope as hell. It's just good.
I like
It's
part
just
2.
wow, you're gay.
That's okay.
I have not played DNF Duo or King of Fighters. Played JoJo's. I think it might be the best Universal game, but I think Warner Bros. Smash Bros. For me takes the vote here, just because of the sheer character list that it has. I think it's
Yes.
amazing,
I'd have to go with Multiverses as well.
and it's free. You should
I'm
try.
I'm very good at killing you with Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny is also my main. Look at that. Best family game. I'd say it should go to Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, just for the sheer content it has.
I do
Nope.
like Lego
No
Star Wars:
co-op.
The Skywalker Saga, but it is scuffed.
Appropriate for family play? Yeah, well, it's not fucking. As much as I love Sparks of Hope, it's not that. That's a fucking single player game.
Yeah,
Lamar.
yeah. But I'd
Each one
say
just holds one Joy-Con. Easy.
no. It says in here appropriate for family play. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Mario Plus Rapid Sparkles of Hope is an amazing game, but not a family game. I'd say Lego Star Wars or Nintendo Switch Sports if you want to get around.
Yeah,
with a
because
family.
if we're talking family play, then it's gotta be a game that the family.
Yeah, accessible.
We're talking about Mario and Rabbids, but Kirby and the Forgotten Lands is the same thing. It's a single player game. Both of them.
Boomers
Yeah.
need to be able to play it.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't like I fucking love Sparks of Hope. It's not co-op.
Yeah.
So I guess can you play co-op on the same? Can you play couch co-op with Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga?
You can, and you can play online co-op too.
Then it's either that or Nintendo Switch Sports, because I don't think a family is going to own 6 Switches for Splatoon 3.
Best
True.
sim/strategy. Vote for Warhammer 3, in my opinion.
No, my vote is Sparks of Hope, because it is.
Vote for none of these.
I'm voting for Sparks of Hope on this one.
Big Warhammer chill over here, so don't take my opinion serious.
All right, shut up, calm down.
Best sports/racing.
I'll go with Gran Turismo 7 because it's the only one that's not like a yearly release.
Go
Nope,
fuck
Ollie
yourself.
Ollie
Go
World.
for Ollie Ollie World if that's the
Ollie
case.
Ollie
you
World.
fucker.
Nah.
Ollie Ollie.
Skateboarding.
I remember the contract coming to your house as we speak.
All right, you do that, mate. You do that.
Formula 1 at least tries to innovate. FIFA 23 and NBA are slot machines. Gran Turismo is a scam. Ollie Ollie World or Formula 1 is the only votes I respect here.
Then disrespect me.
Best multiplayer. Overwatch 2 does not belong here.
Nope. Call of Duty's my vote.
Multiverses is my vote. Fuck you.
I don't
I'll
know.
go with,
I
I'll
mean,
go with the Call of Duty
like,
one as well.
I'm torn. I've actually played more than one of these games. I've played COD, Multiverses, and
Content creator of the year. Oh dear.
Fish has moved on already. He's like, I don't give a fuck.
I think you guys are going to be impressed by my vote, but I'm voting for Cutie Cinderella.
I'm gonna vote for fucking. I'm gonna vote for Nibel.
This
He's
is the
a-
most ass list I've seen.
I disagree.
I vote
Nibel
for-
and Cutie
I vote
Cinderella
for
both deserve it.
Nibel.
I
So,
only know 2 of these people.
I don't
Nibel
know any of
is
these.
Nibel's helped me in my line of work for so fucking
Yeah.
long.
Yeah, he's a guy who gives like the Twitter scoops,
Yeah,
right?
always
Didn't he
has-
quit? Didn't he quit
Yeah,
after
yes.
Elon bought?
no.
He's done.
He quit
Oh no,
because he tried
Patreon
making.
support.
Yeah,
Patreon
yeah,
support,
yeah, exactly.
which is funny as fuck.
My vote goes for Cutie Cinderella because of the sheer amount of gather-togethers and just
Events she
content.
organized.
Events
Yeah.
that she organized. It was insane
She-
the amount of times she
was
organized events.
the lady behind what's it called, the Twitch Awards, I think.
Yes, the Twitch Awards,
That was cool, I
the
guess.
summer camp stuff, the Let's All Roast Ludwig, and I could go on and on and on.
I mean, Twitch Awards is the only thing I cared about because German was there. He was funny.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna.
boomer energy that I'm feeling right now. I get it. Best
I'm sorry.
debut indie.
hop along.
Vampire Survivors.
Boom,
I
done.
have. I bought that. I bought that.
Yeah.
For like
Vampire
bought
Survivors.
that for shits and giggles, and I now have 27 hours.
Yeah, everyone seems to be a fucking addict to it that
Yeah,
plays it.
rookie numbers
Best
there.
adaptation. Sonic.
I'm gonna give mine.
You
Best
fucking
adaptation,
idiots.
Arcane, easily.
No.
Edge
League of
Runners.
Legends.
No.
League
Say
of
it with me,
Legends.
Milton.
This is the most.
Here's the problem.
League of Legends. League
here's
of
the problem.
Legends. Woo!
That's what I'm saying. I gotta be honest. I don't give. It could be the greatest handcrafted piece of cinema ever in the history of mankind. Jesus come back and weeps for it. If it is League of Legends related, I do not give a fuck.
Edge
I
Runners.
cannot.
Yeah, see, Milkman and I
Edge
agree
Runners.
on something.
Yeah,
It's
I
Runners.
agree with you too,
No.
guys. Which
No,
is
this
why
is
I
a-
go to
this
Edge
is-
Runners. Going
is the
for
most-
Sonic is the most
This is the most
beta
stacked,
shit
like,
ever.
Category I've seen. I don't give a fuck about Cuphead, but I really enjoyed Arcane. I heard a lot of good stuff about Cyberpunk. Cuphead, I don't give a fuck. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was okay, and Uncharted I liked, but nobody else liked, it seems.
Yeah, Edge Runners
shit.
is the only normal vote here. You guys are fucking idiots.
No, Sonic the
Arcane. Arcane.
No, that's wrong.
Arcane.
You're a monkey.
Most
I'm
anticipated
voting-
game.
Most of this, yeah. Resi 4, I reckon. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Who the
I'll go
fuck
with
was
Resi
the
4.
remake of
That's the
Resi
one I'm
4?
most
Resi
excited
4 is
for.
perfect.
Resident Evil 4, hands down. I don't give a fuck.
I think it
Yeah, that's
is
the one I'm most
idiots.
excited for.
I vote Legend
honestly.
of Zelda.
Hmm.
Wow, you're a
I-
bitch.
I voted Starfield. I'm more of a bitch, I'd say.
Jesus Christ, Todd
I
Howard,
do
chill.
look forward to
Okay.
Starfield, even if it is going to just be Bethesda Game Studios rinse repeat mediocrity. But
Fallout, but space.
I've got a lot of love for that mediocrity, so you know.
Same here, but it's not because of that. So Final Fantasy
least he knows,
16, it has a 1-year exclusivity deal with PlayStation. You can suck my fucking fat cock. Hogwarts Legacy, the owner
Harry
of the
Potter.
IP is a bigot. The pre-order bonuses could suck my fat baloney. And we have an exclusive mission of PlayStation should die in a fire and getting really hurt because that shit is from the past and it shouldn't even belong to the past. Stop giving us a fucking inferior product, you bullshit bigots. Sorry.
No, I get it. I fuck with the passion.
Fuck, I hate that. I hate Hogwarts Legacy so much. It's everything wrong with a video game company just bunched together in one singular game. I don't care if it's Harry Potter. I don't care if it's gonna be Game of the Year material. I will never like this game because of the bullshit attached to it. It's worse than Call of Duty and EA combined. I hate this.
I like how you don't invoke Ubisoft. That's a different category altogether.
Yeah, Ubisoft can fuck itself in a like Ubisoft is god levels of go fuck yourself because of the people that own it. And I'm very passionate about this because I'm so tired of having to pay $70 for a game and being told that I'm a fucking idiot because I chose the wrong platform to play the game on. I hate this practice so much. Jesus.
What platform
Fair
did you buy?
I didn't. So you think I'm going to support that shit? Absolutely not. But if I were to buy a game like this, which I actually dig Harry Potter, but everything attached to this just screams, can we make a quick buck out of it? Even if it's an amazing game, because they're trying to squeeze every fucking cent from you. And I am so tired of people not seeing this. Like, same shit happens with Pokemon, same shit happens with Hogwarts Legacy. They know they can get away with shit because they have their name attached to it. This Pokemon game is absolute dog shit.
It's terrible.
And it's not because I hate Pokemon, it's because what's there, people don't care about it. It's Pokemon, period. Frame rate is shit. It looks like you're playing an Android game in a bigger screen, and it still looks like it's being played at a PowerPoint presentation number of FPSs. But people don't care. It's Pokemon. It's there. It shouldn't be like that. And Hogwarts Legacy is even worse, in my opinion.
Hey,
Sorry.
So one thing I will say for Hogwarts Legacy is that when it comes to character customization and the black people, it's actually something. No.
It's cool. It's cool.
Do you know how many times I play a video game and they have customizations for any other race, and you got a million hairstyles, nose types, everything, and then you get to the black people, and it's like you got buzz cut, afro. Cornrows.
No. I laughed, but I respect that. For real. I laughed because honestly. I knew you were going there. That's just why.
It's just really fucking annoying because, me and most of my friends, well, black dudes, we like to represent ourselves and our characters and shit, but you don't really get that choice. Like the Division 2, you think after the first one, they say, oh, let's do, you don't see your character very much, but at least for the start of the game where you can see most of them, let's just throw some shit on. Hell no. Buzz cut afro. 1 or 2. That's it. That's all you get.
I 100% agree with you there. Absolutely. I think you nailed the point there. Next one, because I can talk about how bullshit microtransaction heavy Hogwarts Legacy is going to be, and please stop me if I do. So I think we should move to best esports game. I'm going to shut up about this one. Zani, you take it.
Counter-Strike is still doing esports?
This is the only. This is the only one I'm unironically I've kept up with all
League
5
of
of these
Legends is on
games.
here twice.
Best esports athlete is after this.
This is all Zanny now.
5 of these games. Okay, so Dota 2 is literally just regional bullshit, and then it's the international, which is cool, I guess. Same with League. It's just bullshit, and then it's Worlds. Rocket League has a really cool, also like regional league system, and their world championship is very well designed. I feel like Valorant is also pretty cool with their fucking like regional leagues. But then CS:GO is the peak of esports. Seriously, I don't care about any other esport, but this one is so fucking good. I went to my first esports tournament, unironically, this year in Antwerp, and in May, I think it was. And I went to the Sport Play, fully sold out arena. I got front row tickets. It was fucking banger. My hands were like almost bloody from just clapping and fucking cheering. My throat was gone. I think I almost went deaf. That's how fucking loud it was.
We better listen to this guy. He collects esports trading cards.
Dude, unironically,
God,
CS:GO is so good.
What
Seriously,
do you mean esports trading cards?
I don't want to talk about it.
What do you mean? Like,
showed
how
me-
is that a
it's like-
thing?
It's like baseball cards for esports players.
Yeah,
Like, they have
exactly.
signed ones that are like worth $300.
I think that's cool. I think that's cool. I'm
That's
not gonna throw
fucking-
shit
That's
at that.
really fucking cool.
I just
I'll
want to.
I'll vote Counter Strike because if I don't, I feel like Zany's not going to.
Yeah, I feel like it's
Yeah,
gonna
answer
fire
it,
us all. Yeah, yeah.
I just
I'm
wanna-
holding your salary hostage.
Best
I just want
esports
to throw out there
athletes.
the rest of these selections are just going to be a bunch of esports related.
It is
things.
just.
I don't know
And-
who any of these people are.
and I can't weigh in on any of them. I just find it
Hold on,
funny
let me
that they're
see.
Best
referring to
esports athletes: Chovy, Faker, Carrigan, Simple, and Yay. I'm gonna have to go with Carrigan.
I'm voting yay because
Fair
yay
enough.
is actually
That's
really
fair.
good.
I go with Carrigan because he's he's the in-game leader for the team I support right now. Not the org. Phases and org is dog shit, but the players they have are really fucking cool. And essentially, back in like 2018 in Boston, Phase was on match point for like 7 rounds, and they fucking failed to close out so much. And then in Antwerp, they finally got their first major, and Carrigan is like 28, which is like fucking
Yeah.
fossil era
Yeah,
for
yeah,
a esport.
yeah, sure. That's amazing.
So
wow, wow.
Massive respect.
Wow, yeah, wow, incredible respect. I
Shut
totally
the fuck
understood
up.
what you said.
I have
Alright.
nothing to say about esports. I don't
Moving
follow
on. Best esports team.
Best esports team.
Who we
Face
got?
plants,
Who we
CSGO.
got?
I'll go with that.
LA
After this, it'll be best
Thieves. Oh
esports
man,
coach.
loud.
Best
Sentinel's not here, but I'm
esports
voting Sentinels. I don't
coach.
care.
Sentinels. They didn't even make it to like anything.
I don't care.
They
don't
didn't even
care.
make it out of qualifiers.
Don't care. NA, look, this is how I
Coping,
do. This is how I
coping.
do. This is how I do esports. I don't give a
Coping.
fuck who wins as long as it's my region.
Mm. He's from the US.
my
Yo,
God.
the Call of Duty scene is US. What the fuck?
Such an
Hey,
American train of thought here. Not
Look,
gonna
if
lie.
y'all motherfuckers don't stop hating on me because I'm right, suck my dick.
That was funny. I like that. All right. Best esports coach. Who are all these old men?
Yeah, they're just boomers. I'm gonna go with Robin also because he's from
Bazooka.
FaZe Clan.
So you're just a face sim now. Is that what
Yeah,
you're saying?
I like the team. I like the people in it.
This
Oh,
guy's name
please.
is Go Dong Bin.
I assume best esports event is whatever CS:GO was.
Wrong.
Oh, there's not.
Valorant
Oh yeah,
champions.
PGL Antwerp. It's the one I attended.
What the PGL?
Yeah, PGL Major Antwerp.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
No
there you
champions,
go,
no gear.
gentlemen.
It's the one I went for.
I think overall, half of the podcast is going to be thrown into the garbage, but I think it was a very fun podcast. I think this should be the way to go. I think we had a lot more freedom now. We just allowed
Yeah,
to
I like the
speak on the
chaos.
topics we had. Yeah. I think above everything else, it was almost like a controlled chaos, and I actually digged it.
It was fun. I'm glad I finally decided to show up.
Oh,
It's
me
not like
too. Me too.
it's not like you guys missed a lot of episodes here. We're talking one episode. Calm down, guys.
Oh,
Plus
I thought you
we-
guys were like 4 in.
No, we made it so that we had enough hosts so we could change people out and people could drop out and it wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, and I still think it's a fucking issue because half of us don't even respond in time.
Where's Ryan at? Huh?
Ryan. Oh yeah, that guy still exists, right?
We still
Brandon's
need
like-
him to. We still need you and. We still need him and KJ to have a fucking
Oh my
shouting
God,
match about Gotham
I'm
Knights.
about to pop off on that guy. I swear to God. Holy shit!
Mhm.
I have so much
Why?
pent up frustration against that guy. I
Read back in the group chat thing and Night Shift
Ryan.
Media. There's a big war.
Ryan, if
Right,
you
which one of you is on the side that doesn't like Gotham Knights?
me,
Got
I got you.
think
All right, I'm
Gotham
with you.
Knights
I'm with you on this.
100%. Oh my God, I'm so excited for that. It's gonna be so outdated when we do this, but I am so fucking ready. Jesus
never
Christ!
outdated
I mean, it's
because
like-
they'll
it's
still
like,
keep
Jesus,
it
you're gonna
that
have
plays it.
to you're gonna have to freaking mute all of my freaking horrid coughing.
Oh no! Oh my God, that and Lance just giving up halfway through. Man, fuck! This is gonna be.
I mean, we
such
knew
a
shit was gonna go down
confusing
anyway.
mess,
And me
dude.
losing my will to live 3/4 of the way through.
Dude.
You'll have to disguise that as well.
Dude,
You have to keep it. You have to keep appearances up, Fishy. You gotta be the.
Act like you're fine.
comedy.
Oh no, yeah, just
Yeah.
make it seem like my will to live was never there in the first place, and we'll establish consistency.
given your tone of voice, I don't think that's gonna be hard.
That man laughed like you dropped a block of wood downstairs.
Yeah, you kind of sound like you're constantly being held at gunpoint.
It's not so much gunpoint; it's just I'm on the cusp of literal death here. Please send relief.
Fucking hell.
Is there
No,
anything
I'm-
else
I'm
we need
alright,
to do before I send this to you guys? Because I am.
Oh, I still haven't stopped recording. Maybe I should.
I haven't stopped recording. We need to do an
Say
outro.
goodbye
Yeah.
or something.
Yes.
Oh my God, this is gonna be so.
All right.
I am.
Thanks so much for watching another episode of the Night Shift Podcast.
Yeah.
This one was a lot more chaotic, huh? Thanks so much for watching. Follow us on Twitter. Check out our fucking personal channels. See you guys in 2 weeks. Bye bye.
Yeah, it's been a bit safe.